BJP scripts history in Gujarat with its best show yet, set to form the government for a record 7th straight term. Congress suffers a crushing defeat and the Aam Aadmi Party is in single digits. Bhupendra Patel take oath as Chief Minister on the 12th of December. Himachal Pradesh, sticking to tradition, hands over a clear majority to the Congress party. Senior party observers camp in the state amid concerns over poaching attempts. Jairam Thakur resigns as Chief Minister, says they respect the mandate of the people.
Eventually, private capital does have to earn a particular return to justify their investment in capital.
Capacity utilization, which is also picking up, but there is a serious amount of global uncertainty.
There is concern in many areas, therefore people are uncertain. Let's unwind that and move forward.
Corporate India is nervous about the global economy and is holding back investments, say industry leaders. But Kotak says companies must act ahead of the curve and move forward.
We want to see world-scale companies. But at the same time, from an India point of view, we want to see many flowers bloom.
Uday Kotak says India needs companies of global scale, but he also adds we want to see many flowers bloom and innovation should be the basis for growth. Bharat Forge's Baba Kalyani says railway modernization is happening at a rapid pace, adds that manufacturing in India will see a game-changing situation if the Defence Ministry takes a leaf out of the Railway Ministry's playbook on modernization. Hindustan Unilever forays into health and well-being with investments worth more than 330 crore rupees. Announces the acquisition of the company behind the Oziva brand and buys nearly 20% stake in nutritional lab that runs Wellbeing Nutrition. Air India draws up a $400 million fleet makeover plan to improve in-flight experience for passengers. 40 wide-body aircraft will be refurbished with new interiors. The aircraft will also have a new premium economy cabin. BharatPe files a lawsuit against its former managing director Ashni Grover and his family to court. Seeks 88 crore rupees in damages for allegedly creating fake invoices, enlisting fictitious vendors and overcharging the company. The upcoming GST Council meeting is likely to approve the creation of appellate tribunals. Sources say the tribunals will be set up in 3 months and will hear appeals against orders passed by commissioners. Supreme Court spars with the union government once again over the appointment of judges, warns ministers to exercise control over criticism of the collegium, says names of judges for appointment have been pending since 2019. Air quality in Mumbai has been worse than Delhi over the last few days. What's causing this and what are the implications for Mumbaikars? A special report coming up. Our top story this evening, we're joining you from our magic wall. The BJP has won a record 7th consecutive state election in Gujarat with more than 150 seats in the 182-member assembly. This is the biggest ever victory for any party in the state. The Congress was simply decimated, but the Aam Aadmi Party won more than 10% of the votes and opened its account in the state with 5 seats. The Congress managed to pip the BJP in Himachal Pradesh. BJP's Jairam Thakur resigned as Chief Minister and conceded defeat. Abhishek Datta Roy and Samiksha Sharma wrap up all the action from Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh.
The Bharatiya Janata Party election machinery has not only won the Gujarat battle, it has also delivered the best ever result for any party in the state. With the tally well over 150, the BJP has eclipsed the Congress's 1985 assembly poll performance, when it bagged 149 seats. riding majorly on the sympathy wave post the assassination of Indira Gandhi.
चुनावों के दौरान मैंने गुजरात के भाई बहनों और युवाओं से कहा था कि इस बार नरेंद्र का रिकॉर्ड टूटना चाहिए और मैंने वादा किया था कि भूपेंद्र नरेंद्र का रिकॉर्ड तोड़े, इसलिए नरेंद्र जी जान से मेहनत करेगा.
Sensing a rising anti-incumbency after 2 decades in power, the BJP took cognizance of a shrinking tally in 2017 and had swung into damage control mode almost 2 years ago. It replaced Vijay Rupani with Bhupendra Patel as Chief Minister, brought in a new state party chief and carried out a massive organizational overhaul. Prime Minister Modi addressed 30 rallies in the state after election dates were announced. The result? The BJP has fortified its bastion for a 7th term. The only other party to win 7 state elections in a row is the CPM in West Bengal before Mamata Banerjee ended the winning run in 2011. The BJP also won from Morbi, the epicenter of a tragic bridge collapse that led to the death of over 130 people.
इस चुनाव में हमारी जीत का एक कारण हमारे लोकप्रिय और वैश्विक नेता आदरणीय नरेंद्र भाई और यशस्वी गृह मंत्री श्री अमित भाई शाह साहब का निरंतर मार्गदर्शन भी है.
Once a formidable player in the state, the Congress lost around 60 seats from its 2017 tally and over 15% vote share to emerge as a sullen runners-up. The Congress election campaign had worn a rather lackluster look compared to the BJP's election blitzkrieg. Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra coordinates did not even touch Gujarat. The Aam Aadmi Party, which fought its first assembly election in the state, opened its tally and ate into the Congress's share. However, the AAP CM candidate Isudan Gadvi lost his seat.
गुजरात के लोगों ने आम आदमी पार्टी को राष्ट्रीय पार्टी बना दिया है. जितने वोट गुजरात में आम आदमी पार्टी को मिले हैं, उनके हिसाब से कानूनन अब आम आदमी पार्टी राष्ट्रीय पार्टी बन गई है.
The grand old party can, however, draw some solace from the Himachal Pradesh results. The hill state stuck to its tradition of switching between the two national parties, handed the Congress a majority. The Congress's promise to restore the old pension scheme and the growing resentment among the powerful Apple lobby may have worked against the BJP. The legacy of Veerbhadra Singh, Congress's tallest leader and multiple-term chief minister, has also been a crucial factor behind the Congress's triumph in Himachal Pradesh.
डेमोक्रेसी में एक दिन की हार जीत परमानेंट नहीं रहती है. डेमोक्रेसी में हार जीत तो होती है, लेकिन अपने उसूल तो हम नहीं छोड़ने वाले ना. ये तो आइडियोलॉजिकल फाइट है हमारी. इसमें हार जीत तो होती है और हम देखेंगे, फिर उसको सुधारने की कोशिश करेंगे. जहाँ कुछ कमियां हैं उसको भी ठीक करेंगे और लड़ते रहेंगे.
The Gujarat victory is a shot in the arm for the BJP ahead of the 2024 general election. The next big assembly elections are in Karnataka and Madhya Pradesh, where the Congress will be hoping to put up a fight which was sorely missing in Gujarat. With Abhishek Datta Roy and Samiksha Sharma in Mumbai, in Delhi, this is Parikshit Luthra.
All right, so that was summing up all the election action. Lots of headlines there. Moving on to the day's market action, Dalal Street is back in the green as market snapped its 2-day losing streak, aided by the financial stocks. Sensex rose by over 100 points. Nifty gained 50 points. Bank Nifty also posting record close by gaining almost 500 points. And staying with the top business headlines, corporate India is nervous about the economy and is holding back investments. Top industry leaders spoke to Shireen Bhan at the CII Global Economic Policy Summit in Delhi earlier today. They expressed apprehension over investing, citing global economy and potential lack of return on investment. Uday Kotak, who was also on the panel, said companies need to act ahead of the curve and move forward with investments. Take a look.
The macros for investments, I think, are pretty good. If you look at, the availability of funds, the corporate income tax, better balance sheet, so all these are positives. Earnings also are on a better trajectory. The issue really comes to is about capacity utilization, which is also picking up, but there is a serious amount of global uncertainty.
Private sector, we are starting to see investments in the last few quarters, whether it's in real estate, construction, logistics, chemicals, some of those sectors. But there are many other sectors where there is still excess capacity. Eventually, private capital does have to earn a particular return to justify that investment in capital. And that's where I think it's more a short to medium term window that we're looking at for private capital to come back. You need concerted effort that goes beyond words for our leaders to realize that there is that 3% delta between 7 and 10% growth, which we could either lose, or if we were to actually achieve that, it will create a whole new India. And that's what we need to work towards.
I share with the finance minister, people in this room and on this dais need to get our animal spirits up a lot more. We did a survey in Kotak of 900 corporates and SMEs recently, first week of November. We found 66% of the companies across corporate to SME having capacity utilization of 80% or more. But only 15% of the total were ready to invest for new capex. So capacity utilizations in many areas are going up, but people are waiting and watching because of perceived uncertainty.
And Baba Kalyani of Bharat Forge was also on the panel with industry leaders. He said railway modernization is happening at a rapid pace. He also added that manufacturing in India will see a game-changing situation if the Defence Ministry takes a leaf out of the Railway Ministry's playbook on modernization.
There are pockets of opportunities where things are happening at a much faster pace. I'll give you the example of railways. The railways are undergoing some tremendous modernization. If the Defence Ministry starts doing what the railways are doing in terms of creating this large industrialization capabilities, then I think India will have a game-changing situation in manufacturing for the domestic market also.
All right. We should follow the railway playbook as far as defence modernization is concerned. That coming from Baba Kalyani. Also at the CII summit, Uday Kotak hinted that India's growth cannot be dependent only on a few large companies. While he admitted that India needs companies of global scale, Kotak said, and I quote, "We need to see many flowers bloom."
We want to see world-scale companies. But at the same time, from an India point of view, we want to see many flowers bloom. We should not have a situation where it is just a very small garden. We want a garden which is large enough, maybe not too fragmented. I think Baba's point is valid. We need few big successes, but it still means that we need reasonably large number of Indian companies getting to scale. And I would therefore like to see as consolidation happens, we also see innovation as the basis for India's growth in India and globally.
And talking about businesses wanting to expand their footprint, FMCG maker HUL has expanded its footprint into the health and nutrition segment with the acquisition of Oziva and Wellbeing Nutrition. Shilpa Ranipeta joins us with the details, someone who tracks the company very closely. Shilpa, how much has HUL spent on these acquisitions and how are these strategically important to the company?
Well, now HUL is the latest company to expand or rather foray into the health and well-being category. Now, the company has picked up about 20% stake in Wellbeing Nutrition, and that is a company that operates in the lifestyle, protein, hair and beauty supplement space, and this acquisition is for about 70 crore rupees. Now, this was founded in 2019, and the company has an annual run rate of about 50 crore rupees. Now, the other one is, the second acquisition is of a plant-based wellness brand called Oziva. Now, this will be in two tranches, 51% now for about 264 crore rupees and the remaining 36 months later at a pre-agreed valuation. Now, Oziva was founded in 2016 and it has a turnover of about 124 crore rupees as of FY22. Now, HUL will have a board representation on both these companies. Now, while these deals are smaller in size, analysts are upbeat about the fact that HUL has a past record of significantly scaling up its smaller acquisitions. Indulekha and V-Wash are cases in point. Now, HUL has also said that it will look at bringing some of its brands from its billion-dollar global health and well-being portfolio to India also at an appropriate time. And beyond HUL, other FMCG majors too have been betting on this industry. For example, Imami picked up a 19% stake in a protein and nutrition brand called True Native. Marico has Fitify that sells protein and other health products. Tata Consumer also launched a health supplements brand called GoFit in September. Nestle, ITC are also eyeing this space. Now, this is a category that HUL pegs as one with a 30,000 crore potential about 4 to 5 years from now. Back to you.
All right, Shilpa Ranipeta really summing up HUL's latest acquisitions and also the acquisition movement in the FMCG space. Moving on, Air India has drawn up a $400 million fleet makeover plan to improve in-flight experience for passengers. 40 wide-body aircraft will be refurbished with new interiors. The aircraft will also have a new premium economy cabin. Madhiya Mujawar joins us with all the details. Madhiya, what should Air India passengers now expect in the coming months?
Well, improving the customer's travel experience has been one of the 5 pillars of Air India's transformation plan. The CEO also has on many occasions talked about changing the brand perception about Air India, wanting customers to perceive the airline as one of the best in the world. And things have begun to change. But what are the key complaints that passengers often make? Some flyers find the seats and carpets unclean. Some say the entertainment systems don't work, while some complain about broken charging points. These issues are highlighted more on long-haul flights, and that's exactly what Air India is targeting. The plan is to spend $400 million to refurbish cabin interiors of its wide-body fleet. 40 aircraft in total will undergo this makeover, so 27 Boeing 787 Dreamliners and 13 Boeing 777s will get the latest generation seat, best-in-class in-flight entertainment across all classes. In addition, these aircraft will also see the introduction of a new premium economy cabin. Remember, ever since Air India's takeover, the Tatas have been taking steps for an image makeover. And the refurbishing exercise, which is expected to complete by 2024, is a major step in that direction.
All right, thank you very much, Madhiya Mujawar. So Air India passengers have a lot to expect in the coming few months. Moving on, the upcoming GST Council meeting is likely to approve the creation of appellate tribunals. Sources say the tribunals will be set up in 3 months and will hear appeals against orders passed by commissioners. Timsi Jaipuria is here with this exclusive.
Well, a long-standing demand of industry seems to be close in becoming a reality, as sources indicate that the GST Council-nominated group of ministers, headed by Haryana Deputy CM Dushyant Chautala, has submitted the final report on setting up of goods and services tax appellate tribunals. The GOM report is likely to be adopted in the upcoming 48th GST Council meeting on 17 December. Sources say that the tribunals will hear appeals against orders passed by commissioners, appellate authorities, and shall consist of a president, 2 judicial members, and 1 technical member and 1 technical member for states. A single-member bench is likely to be authorized to hear cases of tax disputes below 50 lakhs, whereas for cases involving amounts more than 50 lakhs will have to be heard by a double-member bench. Government is aiming to set up these tribunals, which are likely to be spread across the country in next 3 months, so that litigation at various courts gets consolidated at one forum. Let's see what are the final contours which get approved by the Council in its upcoming meeting.
All right. Thank you very much, Timsi Jaipuria, for joining us with that big story. Moving on, payments platform BharatPe has filed a lawsuit against its former managing director, Ashneer Grover, and his family. The company is accusing them of allegedly creating fake invoices, fictitious companies to overcharge BharatPe. Ritu Singh has been tracking that petition and all the developments in court. Ritu, what are all the sides saying in this story?
Well, Bharat Pay in its statement to us has confirmed that it has initiated civil and criminal action against Ashni Grover, Madhuri Jain Grover and other members of their family for various charges, including misappropriation of company funds. Now, we've been given to understand that Bharat Pay has actually filed a 2,800 page civil suit and criminal action against Ashni Grover, Madhuri Jain Grover, who is the former head of controls at Bharat Pay, and other members of their family, which include Deepak Gupta, Suresh Jain and Shwetank Jain. And we've been given to understand that Bharat Pay has claimed 88 crores plus in damages from Ashni Grover and his family in this case. Now, it has charged Grover and his family on 17 counts, and these are some serious charges which include criminal conspiracy, embezzlement of funds, siphoning, cheating, forgery, and if proven to be found guilty, then Grover and his family could face a few years in prison as well. Now, this complaint, we understand, is based on the findings of the Alvarez and Marcel preliminary report, which was placed before the board of Bharat Pay earlier this year in January. Now, the Delhi High Court heard this matter today, and the next hearing is on the 9th of January. And the defendants, we understand, have been given 2 weeks' time to file their reply in this matter.
All right. Thank you very much, Ritu Singh, for reporting on that story for us. We're going to take a short break here on India Business Hour. But coming up, air quality in Mumbai has been worse than Delhi over the last few days. A special report when we are back. Welcome back. You're watching India Business Hour with me, Parikshit Luthra. The Supreme Court sparred with the government once again over the appointment of judges. The Apex Court also issued a warning to ministers for criticizing the collegium system. Ashmit Kumar is here with the latest. Ashmit, more fireworks.
Indeed, it is not an option that the centre can exercise. It cannot decide that it is which laws it will follow and which laws it will not follow. Those were words coming from the Supreme Court bench itself. This was in response to the Supreme Court concerns that it has highlighted on multiple occasions that names that have been sent and have been reiterated to the Law Ministry continue to remain pending on the files of the Law Ministry without any action being taken for appointments. Now, this is a concern that has been highlighted a number of times, and this time as well, the Supreme Court expressed its frustration, saying that this is amounting to a game of ping-pong between the Supreme Court Collegium as well as the centre. But in fact, it took it a step further and said that these commentaries that are coming from union ministers on how the Supreme Court Collegium functions, in fact, the Supreme Court advised the Attorney General to inform the union ministers that perhaps this is not going down too well with the collegium members. Further, the Supreme Court also said that the law of the land is very clear, that once the name is reiterated or by the Supreme Court Collegium, there are no two ways about it. The centre has to go ahead and accept those names, and that those names are not being accepted, and it raises questions as to how the centre is refusing to accept the law of the land, that the Supreme Court will remain firm on its position, that the law of the land is the very clear. Supreme Court Collegium, despite all of its faults, is in fact in force, and that the Supreme Court will not be shy of enforcing the law of the land. So that is a strong worded order coming in from the Apex Court. This matter, we understand, will get taken up once again in January when there are more answers that are sought from the Law Ministry.
Definitely, Ashmit. Collegium law of land must be followed. Strong words there from the Supreme Court. Moving on, for the last few days, Mumbaikars are waking up to a thick layer of smog every day. Mumbai's air quality index has deteriorated to poor and very poor categories. What is causing this, and what is the impact on residents? Here's a report.
Gone are the days when Mumbai could boast of better air quality as compared to cities like Delhi. For the last many days, Mumbai has been covered in this thick layer of smog, and experts say that this year is proving to be the worst for Mumbai's air quality in at least the last 5 years. Specific weather conditions are being blamed to be the immediate cause.
Easterly and southeasterly winds are very light since last 3 to 4 days. Short duration, during which the wind blow with a speed of say 10 to 15 km is not enough to disperse the pollutants. So minimum temperatures are also slightly on lower side, leading to formation of haze and mist during morning hours. But yes, we can say that it is the impact of climate change.
Increasing air pollutants due to construction work and transport are trapped due to these weak winds. Experts also claim that the change in wind pattern can be an early sign of climate change effect.
those emissions are getting, which is not getting swept away. And when the stagnation conditions are there, they are trapped into that. And they are trapped in a longer stretch of time, which is what exactly the new phenomena, which we may guess that it might be one of the early signals of climate change, which is making it stagnant and arresting those pollutants. And that is one of the reasons that the air quality is getting deteriorated.
Mumbai's air quality index is under the poor and very poor category for the last few days. As per Suffer India, on Thursday, Mumbai's overall air quality index was 293, which falls under poor category. Area-wise, Colaba and BKC's air quality index was 309 and fell under very poor category. Malad's AQI was 323, very poor category. Andheri's AQI was 303 under very poor category, and Mazgaon's air quality was worst. Air quality index of Mazgaon was 381, very poor category. This is resulting into health concerns. Children and senior citizens are the most vulnerable to the health hazards caused by the current situation.
See, when I get up, I feel it is all foggy. And at times, I can't even see things beyond 100 feet. See, when I go down, I find that even buildings at Haji Ali and all, I can't see. It's that foggy. And then it's... I find difficulty in breathing.
But last 4 or 5 years, I don't know, because of vehicles problem, because of everything, but our life has become a little miserable. We used to go for morning walk, but morning walk also, doctor said don't go in the morning walk because morning is not good, favorable for you, for good. So we have to sit at home.
Even शाम को अगर निकलेगा तो आप बोलते हैं वैसा एक पर्टिकुलर डिस्टेंस के बाद कुछ दिखता नहीं है.
पहले नहीं होती थी क्योंकि अभी ये सब इमारतें बढ़ गई है, पेड़ कटे जा रहे हैं और इसलिए हमारे ऐसे ब्रीदिंग का थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है.
Doctors have advised people, especially children, senior citizens and those with breathing ailments to wear masks, avoid peak traffic hours while stepping out and install air purifiers if possible. Weather experts say the situation is not likely to improve significantly in next 2 to 3 days. Winds may become slightly stronger, but not enough to drastically improve the city's air quality. By next week, however, Cyclone Mondos, which is headed towards the Tamil Nadu coast, could result in some rain activity along the western coastal line, and this, they say, should wash away some of the smog in Mumbai as well. In Mumbai, with camera person Vijay Anand, this is Santya for CNBC-TV18.
All right, Santya Gore reporting on the pollution in the city of Mumbai. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of India Business Hour. Thank you for watching. News continues right here on CNBC-TV18.
CNBC